So your name is Chad. Did you ever see the plate on my ZL1?
The plate? No, I didn't.
I want to show you my plate.
Okay. I wasn't even paying attention, to be honest.
Do you know what that means?
No.
It literally means Giga Chad.
Come on. That's funny.
Are you familiar with the meme culture surrounding the name?
No, I'm not.
You're actually not? Okay. Well, you know, Chads they're typically literally of
Me.
your stature. I mean, what do you drive? What did you previously have?
ZR1.
Yeah, C601. And was it stock? Nope. Exactly. So I'm embracing the stereotype of what your typical owner would be of this car. You also mentioned you have a buddy that also is named Chad, and he just got
Same car.
Orange,
yep.
ZL1 in orange. Yep. So that's so funny.
So maybe it is a Chad thing.
It is a Chad thing, dude. You've proved it yourself. We've now matched a Chad to the Giga Chad car. All right, so this may come as a surprise to some of you, but today we are letting go of a special one. There she is, the Gen 2 R8. It's getting loaded up right now. And you know, in typical clickbait fashion, usually people say cars are getting loaded up, but then they return. This one is honestly, it's leaving the nest. It's not coming back, and we've secured a new lucky owner right here. And he's gonna be bringing this bad boy down to Arizona. So if any of you are down there, you could keep an eye out for it. He's had a previous assortment of some nice Corvettes and stuff, but now he's getting into the Euro stuff.
Try something different.
Right? And it won't let you down.
Nope.
But,
time for the twin twirly boys.
Yeah, she's getting loaded up right here. Now, Chad specifically requested for the TE37s to be on this thing, and even though I still have the factory wheels lying around, and obviously, you know, wheels are worth their own money, I was like, you know what, I'll work it out with them, just because obviously it's so fitting to see the car leave on a setup like that. And he values the contrast that these wheels give the car. Hate to see it go, but you love to watch it leave. Oh man, with the turbo spool too. It just feels a little bit too soon, but you guys just gotta trust me on this one. I've had a solid 3 years worth in this car. I've had all of the experiences that I've wanted to have in it. Several trips down to Car Week, plenty of car shows and car meets and drives all in the local area, as well as all of the mods and everything that I've wanted to do to the car. I mean, frankly, there's literally nothing else you can really do to it now. You could bump up the power if you want, but that's not gonna do me any good where I live up here. All the aero and, you know, even the details of like the tinted headlights, all these other little things, I've really checked off all the boxes with it now. So it really is the perfect departure point for me. But I think this might be the first car I'll probably miss the most. This is about the best that R8s get, so I'm gonna miss it. The spool is just nuts though. That is just, oh man, it never gets old. To that, we say farewell. Now I know letting go of the R8 is a big bombshell that I'm throwing on you guys, but I gotta throw another one. The S14 is also for sale as well. We are clearing house here at the UltraMotive HQ. I'm essentially just trying to work my way to something really special. I guess I'm having your early life crisis, not your midlife crisis, but we're having an early life crisis in that my dream car is slowly slipping away from my fingers because the values keep on rising on them. And now that I just got rid of the R8 and you know, it would help with some additional cash from the S14, I am kind of put in an opportunity where I can either go for it now or I may never have any opportunity to go for it ever again. So I'm trying to go for it right now. You guys can leave what you think it is in the comments down below. But to explain the S14, well, frankly, it just takes up space in here and it just never gets used enough. I feel like this car has honestly served to be in greater, more iconic place on the channel than the R8 did, going with the Style Points brand and the cotton candy colors and everything that it stands for. But I just don't end up getting to using it anymore. My issues I can list out are, one, a lot of the friends that got me into drifting that drifted with me, they either stopped drifting or they moved away. So definitely doesn't help when your core friend group switches mindsets. And definitely my own mindset has shifted. I kind of value street builds, more so like the Skyline and the S2000, cars that I could take out on a daily basis and go rip the Washington back roads more. Whereas this car, in order to get its full usage out of sliding, legally at least, you have to, night before, load up the entire trailer, bring all your tools out, load up the car, then you gotta drive 2.5 hours down to the track, and then you gotta slide, and then you break something, and then you have to pay for that. It's a lot of work, and you know, at one point, I was really dedicated to it, and it helps to be a lot more dedicated to it when you have friends around you that are all talking about it all the time. But when you stop hearing drift talk, and the people around you share different passions and, you know, other ends that you also kind of gravitate towards, it's hard to justify. And the last thing is that even though the car isn't worth as much as an R8 is, and arguably it could be worth so little, it's like, you know, there's still a way that I could still try and hold on to it. It just takes up space. I mean, I can't leave this thing outside. It's way too flashy. Definitely be a victim of theft, and I don't want to risk that. So it has to occupy a spot in the garage at all times, but I don't have unlimited amounts of real estate in here. So with all of that in mind, the car just makes sense to let go right now. There can always be another day where I can always get another drift car. Frankly, a drift car that is probably a little more cost effective, a little more reliable, and a lot cheaper to run and operate than an SR20 swap S14. So, you know, if I ever really wanted to get back into the drifting stuff, you definitely can. But sadly, this cotton candy machine right here, it needs a new home. And you know, I just want this garage occupied with either the Camaro sitting inside or the S2000, and something even crazier that takes up the value of this and the R8. So with all of that being said, if you guys are interested in purchasing my cotton candy machine, it is still here and it is currently now for sale. You guys can pick up this beautiful drift machine that is set up for street or track, and it will also come with a additional pair of Work VS XX wheels that are going to go along with the ones in the rears, and of course you will get the Kansais that go up there in the front. Definitely has a lot of specific character, I would say, but you know, there could be some buyer out there that may have the same taste as I do and may want something flashy like this, so let me know. A lot of this may sound disappointing and like it is the end and like I'm about to fall off, but don't you worry, we have exciting stuff coming. In the next video, we are going out to Hennessy Performance and we're gonna check out some really special goodies down there. So it's gonna be probably one of the best videos I've made in a long time, so stay tuned for that. We have Fall Fest, which is a local show down here in Seattle, hosted by the same people that run Stance Wars. I will be there in my Camaro, and it is this Sunday at Pacific Raceway, so go get your tickets and you could find me there. For anyone who's been a big fan of my S2000, we will be shortly beginning a huge road trip with that car just around SEMA time. I'm gonna be driving it from here all the way down to LA and filming some stuff down there. Obviously then attending SEMA, the car sadly will not be in the show, but I'll be attending there and having a vlog covering SEMA content once again. So another thing you guys can stay tuned for. The Camaro's not going anywhere. I love this thing to death, and there's literally no other muscle car in the entire world that could replace what this does for me. And with the very limited less than 200 Exorcist cars that they're currently planning on making, it is arguably the most special in one way or another, but I love it. It's staying. The Skyline, a lot of people always ask updates on here and there. It's actually been down ever since way back on the track day that I took it to, which was months ago, and we've tried troubleshooting. We've literally, I mean, I've taken the cover off here and we have tried basically diagnosing if a spark plug was bad or if an injector was bad, but every single one we pulled, the car's idle changed, which basically means that each one is still functioning, and now we kind of don't know because it was breaking up at the track. There wasn't any smoke, but it clearly wasn't running at either full boost or all cylinders, and I still have to now figure this out. So I'm kind of waiting on one of my specialists who basically did the motor swap. He's kind of like my go-to Skyline guy, to take a look at things and see if, I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed, this could just be something really minor, something that maybe I could be doing myself this entire time and I could have had a running car, or it could not, and that would really suck, and that would definitely get in the way of a lot of things. But I mean, car's not going anywhere. I just haven't really had any necessary outings or any desperate reasons to get it up running back as quick as possible. So I've kind of been procrastinating it, and it's just kind of been sitting here. So I should really, you know, get this thing back up because I know you guys all love this car and I do too. Right now, my latest goals have been just saving, and doing what I can to try and work to achieve the next big dream car that I'm trying to take in. So I don't really want to waste money with other builds, other outlandish automotive content, because all of that stuff is really expensive. I've also been trying to get a little more back into the gaming content. We have an awesome new generation series on Forza that me and my friends have all been recording through. So if you guys aren't subscribed to my other gaming channel, JackUltraGamer, I mean, we're still uploading Forza. It's kind of what made all of this happen, and you guys are still interested in viewing it. So we're still out there playing and doing what we can. A lot of other automotive YouTubers kind of have their backup businesses that they've been able to grow, like either a detailing product, a car auction website, car giveaways. These are all things that help those YouTubers, allow them to produce the content with crazy exotic or other car related expenditures. For me, my secret weapon has been gaming. The gaming videos don't really cost that much money to produce. It just takes time and dedication. They are still performing pretty well. And as I've been cycling through years and years now of doing automotive vlogging content as well and trying it out, it's tough to see where exactly it's going, because everyone is just spending more and more and more money doing crazier and crazier stuff. This genre of YouTube, automotive car building, vlogging, whatever, it is systematically expensive. You're just gonna feed into it to the point where eventually you're just not gonna have any money left, because you just keep on having to raise the bar to get the views. After being at this for a solid 3 years or more now, I would say, I'm starting to realize that as things get repetitive and as the bar keeps on getting higher, it's almost not feasible and it's really tough. So I don't really have any conclusion to all of this, but this is my honesty, and I do want to let you guys know that, like, where I stand. There are other channels out there that are massive and they can afford the crazy outlandish stuff that they're doing. But even those channels, I wonder, you know, when they set their own bar that high, there's going to be a point where it's like, how are you going to be able to outperform the next video? What are you going to do next? If you're destroying or you're purchasing this big item, how, like, where is it all going to end up? And we don't know. So that is just the honest truth of what a lot of us automotive guys have to kind of run through in our heads all the time, on thinking about the future or thinking about what we're doing, that maybe you guys as viewers may not see, or maybe you do see, but now at least you'll kind of know from my perspective. But anyways, thank you guys for listening along to this video. It was definitely a lot more sharing and not as much action, but I think it's definitely good from time to time to let you guys know about several things. So with that said, this is going to be JackUltraMotive signing this video off. You got the Huracan Warped Edition.
Looks like I got in an accident, but it was
Yeah,
made of
someone
jello.
just smushed this. Can someone tell me what this is supposed to be? Is this like a lunchbox? Dude, I think it might be a... No, it's a roller backpack. Dude, look, there's... No, because this...
Oh yeah, that's the handle.
That's the handle.
Oh,
this pulls out, and then there's wheels back there.
Bruh.
You want the Huracan roller backpack?
Oh, I do.
That'll be $1,700.